Have you ever experiencing failure? Or have you ever imagined yourself having a label on top of your forehead that says you are a loser or a disappointment? As a fellow university student, I know the struggles and the fear of failing. Having high expectation of myself can be stressful. Even I, myself, experiencing disappointment results throughout my academic journey. And having to deal with those failures is very important for our mental health and self-improvement. So, in this speech, I would like to discuss the compelling reasons of why we must embrace failures. By accepting failures, we open doors to self-growth, overcome fears, and enhance our problem-solving skills. By looking at these three key aspects, we will learn on how embracing failures actually help us succeed in life. And understanding the importance of failure is not just based on our academic journey, but also reflected in our life, especially once we have graduated, entering the real world out there. And as a fellow university students right now, I'm pretty sure that we are constantly facing many challenges, many failures at this time. Hence, learning from our mistakes and trying not to give up is a crucial mindset that we need to keep in mind. Now, let's see the first reasons on why we must embrace failures. So, one of the reasons why we must embrace failure is because it fosters self-growth. And it allows us to learn a valuable lesson to develop resilience and personal growth and improvement. I would like to share some examples from successful entrepreneurs who are experiencing failure as well. Firstly, Thomas Edison, the American inventor. He invented the electrical bulb. And I'm pretty sure Thomas Edison faced many failures, many tryouts when he tried to invent the electrical bulb. Next is the co-founder of Apple, Steve Jobs. In 1980s, Steve Jobs was fired from his previous company, and in 1990s he was rehired and has led the company to a meteoric growth. And lastly, my favorite author, J.K. Rowling, her first Harry Potter book was actually got rejected by many publishing companies, and now her Harry Potter series have sold millions and millions copies around the world. As we can see from these examples that even successful entrepreneur experiencing failures in their lives before they succeed. And I also like to share some psychological research by Dr. Carol Dweck. She says that actually failures offer us a self-reflection where we take a pause, take a moment and self-reflect on ourselves and analyze what went wrong. And we have a deeper insights into our strengths and weaknesses. And through that analyzation, we can develop our personal growth and become a better person in the future. And not only that, during this phase, when we embracing our failure, it helps us to develop a positive mindset. And with that positive mindset, help us to stay motivated to keep improving and keep learning from our mistakes. Not only that, with this positive mindset, we will see that embracing failure is just an opportunity for us to grow. Now, I would like to move on to the next reasons on why we must embrace failure. One of the big reasons on why we must embrace failure is because it helps us to overcome our fears. Facing our fears makes us grow and build more self-confidence. This is especially very common towards the young adults who are entering the real world out there, where having the fear of failing is a common feeling towards them. And by overcome the fear of failing, the fear of failure actually gives us the opportunity to build more confidence. And when we accept failure, we will see that setbacks is actually just a step towards our success. By believing in our ability to overcome the challenges, to overcome the setbacks that we'll be receiving, is a key to achieve our goals and our goals and our life goals, no matter what obstacles we face. And moreover, a certain failure over and over again actually help us to becoming more fearless, where it helps us to see that there is more to gain rather than to lose. So we can take the setbacks without worrying too much about the consequences that we might face. And embracing failures teaches us that the fear of failure is actually much worse than the failing itself. And I would like to share some psychological studies that shows that facing and beating our fears help us to build more confidence. And for example, a research by Dr. Albert Bandura, she highlights that believing in ourselves helps us in overcoming our fears. So when we embrace our failures, we prove to ourselves that we can handle the setbacks with an ease. And moving on to the next point is our last point on the reasons on why we must embrace our failure is to improve our problem-solving skills. And when we face failures, we actually analyze on what went wrong, and we can identify the causes, and we can implement and make better decisions in the future. And there's also a study by Dr. Smita Sai, a psychologist. A study by Dr. Smita Sai called the Experiencing and Learning from Entrepreneurial Failures. And she found that actually failure can increase the chances of success in future business efforts. And basically, in this study shows that failure can lead to success. And learning from our mistakes is actually really important because it teaches us a valuable lessons for us to avoid making the same mistakes over and over again. And if we want to refer to Dr. Sai's study, she highlights that experiencing failure help us to understand on what go wrong and list out the pattern trends and help us to make a better decision, and to improve our problem-solving solutions. And this actually help us to enhance the problem-solving skills. So basically, learning from our mistakes, learning from our failure is a great way for us to make a better decision and solving our problems effectively, especially in a startup world. And embracing failure, during this stage, we actually gain knowledge and experiencing failure that need us to improve our problem-solving skills more effectively with a greater success. So overall, embracing failure is something that we have to live with. And when we fail, it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world, because as I discussed, embracing failure helps us to self-growth, overcome our fears, and improve our problem-solving skills. So, my dear friends, when you are experiencing failures, try not to become more sad or become depressed. Try to take this as an opportunity for you to learn and to become a better person. As Disney wisely quoted, says that there are difference between winning and losing, but in most often not quitting. So let's not give up and try to keep pushing forward to become a better person and learning from our mistakes that can lead to success. That is all for me. Thank you for listening.